Hello, everyone. This is Ritu. I welcome all of you to my podcast, Ritually Speaking. This podcast is a space for real conversations about journeys, choices, challenges, and lessons that shape who we become. Through these episodes, I'll be speaking with inspiring individuals from different walks of my life, not just exploring what they do, but who they are and what drives them. And my hope is that these conversations spark reflection, inspiration, and growth for you as they are for me. Thank you for being here, and let's begin this journey together. Today's episode is very special and deeply personal for me. Before I introduce my guest, I want to share something about my professional journey. At one point, I genuinely thought the HR journey wasn't meant for me until the God quietly sent me a mentor and a guide, the very person who you're about to meet on this podcast today. She's not just someone I admire professionally, but someone who has played a significant role in shaping my thinking, my choices, my professional and personal journey. Her wisdom has influenced me in ways I continue to discover today. I'm honored to welcome Lekha Sapra, who's a seasoned management professional with rich experience across human resources, project management, and business development in both for profit and not for profit sectors. She has supported HR programs across more than 20 countries in Asia and Africa, and she is a trained brain based coach and a certified MBTI practitioner. Her journey reflects deep expertise in leadership, people development, and creating meaningful impact. Her work in HR has inspired countless people, including me. Welcome to Ritually Speaking, Lekha. It's wonderful to have you here.
Thank you so much for your kind words, Ritu. I am delighted to be here with you today. I am so proud of you and how you've grown professionally and personally as a human being over the years. And it's such a lovely feeling to know that I've made some impact and contribution to your journey.
Thank you. Lekha, you have been a mentor to me, and I've personally experienced the clarity your guidance has brought to me. I'm curious to know if you have felt the same way and if you have any mentor or you had any mentor and what role he or she has played in your life.
Yeah, sure. I have had a couple of people in my life who have inspired me and who have shaped my journey. Um, I'll start with the first one. The first person was, his name is Ravi Raj. Um, I was meeting him for looking out for job opportunities in marketing. At the very beginning of my career, I had spent 2 years in sales and customer support as I had done my specialization in MBA in marketing. And just a few minutes into our interaction, and I met him, and he suggested that your profile is more suited to HR. And he gifted me a book by T.V. Rao. It had lots of case studies about HR, how HR had contributed to turnaround in large manufacturing companies. So I read the book and I was really inspired that, yeah, HR is also something that I should explore opportunities in. And incidentally, a couple of weeks later, I was interviewing for a marketing position with the VP of HR of a manufacturing company. And he generally asked me that, are you interested in an HR role? And I immediately said yes. And there I was offered to lead the recruitment vertical of this large manufacturing company in Noida. And so Raviraj is the person I owe my HR career to. So thank you, Raviraj.
That's great. That's wonderful. This is absolutely true, Lekha, and I can vouch for that you are made for HR. And who's the other mentor you still remember and who has made impact in your life?
So, another person who has been instrumental in shaping my career and also my personality is Carol Squire. So, I was interviewing with her for the HR lead position, and I was a bit hesitant in taking up that role, but she gave me the confidence because what happened was I had limited experience in certain verticals of HR, like talent acquisition, performance management, OD interventions, training. But I had absolutely no clue about HR compliances, wage and salary administration, employee relations. Those were like new, very new to me. And so I still remember she asked me, "Can you do it, even though you've not done it before?" And I was quick to answer. I said, "Yeah, I can do it." So she said, "How will you do it if you don't know how to do it?" So I said, "I don't know, but I have people who are only a call away. So if I need any support, if I have questions, I can reach out to them and they will be more than happy to support me." And that was it. So I got the role of the HR lead in one of the largest social sector organizations. And yeah, so I owe that confidence that she gave me, that trust she had in my abilities. That was something very crucial for sort of an upward platform for me for my career. And another thing I remember during a training program, she was advising us. We were a group of some 20 people, and she advised us that you should never give the power to make you unhappy to anyone else or even happy. You have to keep that power to yourself. You choose whether you will be happy or angry or sad or exuberant, whatever. You don't give your power to anyone. So that is a mantra that I always remember, because personally, I am a very sensitive person and people's behavior towards me affects me deeply. So anytime in my life I face a difficult situation, that mantra helps me always.
Truly, truly. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this, Lekha. And I know Carol, of course, I met her very briefly, and she's full of energy, and I will say she's a vibrant personality.
Yeah, and wisdom.
And wisdom. Yes, of course. Thank you for sharing this. I remember, Lekha, where I was keen to move to take a full-fledged HR role, and you inspired me to take that journey. And when I joined that IT company long back, and I was not confident at all to take that role, and you were there like a call away, like you mentioned to Carol. And I remember I was calling everybody, not you, but others also in the HR fraternity. And that made my journey really, really easy and smooth and really pushed me into that journey. With that note, maybe I would like to ask, who's your toughest mentor? And what has what impact the person has made on you?
So the toughest mentor for me was Tim McClellan. He was a hard taskmaster, but compassionate at the same time. I remember I had gone to him asking for advice for some HR related issue. It was a difficult situation in which we were, and I went up to him, and I still remember what he answered. I can never forget that. He said, "You are the HR expert. You have to tell me what solutions you have. Give me options and the preference of which option you are keen to use." And that day I had learned my lesson. Of course, I gave him possible solutions and why, which option I wanted to choose to solve that situation. But the lesson I learned that day was anytime you have a problem, you can't go up to anyone just with the problem. Go with solutions, have a discussion, tell them what your preference is, take their advice, and then together you can come up with whatever action plan you have to take. So, no problems. Problems with solutions always. So that has helped me not just in my professional life but also my personal life, and it helps me stay positive. That when you're talking about solutions, you're positive. When you're talking about challenges, then you can spiral into a negative mindset. So
True. So true.
yeah.
Oh, thank you for sharing this, Lekha, and I can relate with it. And when I'm reflecting, actually, I have learned all these things from you and instilled in me, I would say. But thank you. According to you, Lekha, what role a mentor should play in a protegee's life?
Um, so one of the most important roles of a mentor is to provide a safe space to the protege
True.
so that they can ask questions, they can explore ideas without fear. Mentors are also supposed to give both positive and constructive feedback, personalized advice based on their experience because they are subject matter experts. Some mentors I've seen, they also go to the extent of advocating for the mentee to further their career, provide them resources, opportunities. And of course, mentors do celebrate their mentees' achievements, even small milestones, to keep the mentee motivated and in a positive frame of mind. So
Thank you.
that's the role.
Thank you. I'm sure this is helpful for everybody who is playing a role of mentor in their protegee's life. Absolutely true. This is something I've always admired in you as my mentor. And you have given me a confidence to deal with the difficult situation with ease, asking the right questions and saying no when it is not needed to pursue that. I remember a phase where I was stuck and stressed, and I reached out to you, secretly hoping that you would give me a step by step survival guide, maybe a 5 point plan how to fix your life. However, you did something far more unsettling, yet more powerful, I would say. And you asked me questions, simple one, honest, and you did not remove the storm, but reminded me that I was strong enough to handle that situation without losing myself. Looking back, I realize you've not only helped me save my career, but honestly helped me find my courage, my clarity, and eventually my voice. And honestly, this podcast is a proof what can happen when someone believes in you, even when you're still figuring out. Because you are a trained coach, and we are talking on the mentorship journey. According to you, what is the relationship between coaching and mentoring? How do they complement each other, or how are they different from each other?
So, Ritu, mentors are subject matter experts. They are much more experienced than the mentee. Um, so, they are able to provide advice based on their experience because they have already walked the walk. So, they've done it all. And so, they are able to advise, provide solutions to the mentee and help them with whatever questions they might have. Whereas coaches, they are actually trained not to provide any solutions, not to give answers, but to ask the right questions. So it's a both are helping and supporting, but their approaches are very different. And if you see, coaching is mostly it is a structured and a short term relationship to achieve certain specific goals, whereas mentoring is a more informal and a longer term relationship.
True.
So that's the difference.
Great. That's getting interesting. So maybe why don't we bring our next podcast on the coaching journey? What do you say?
Yeah, there's a lot of growing interest in coaching, and it's these are exciting times.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Lekha, for giving time for this podcast. And before we end this podcast, maybe two very simple questions I would like to ask. What is one ritual, since it's a ritually speaking, what is one ritual that keeps you grounded?
So, Ritu, I start my day with a prayer, and very recently I have started practicing yoga. So, that has made a big change in me. It keeps me energized and disciplined at the same time.
Great, great, wonderful. And what is the one message you would like to give to all the viewers of this podcast?
So, accept people as they are, don't try to change them. We all have our strengths and soft spots, and it is up to us how we are able to use people to their strengths and help them navigate their soft spots. And in teams, I always prefer to have teams with heterogeneous skills and abilities, because that kind of team will always excel. And lastly, I always believe in positive reinforcement. It always works.
I know. I've learned from you. And still learning, I would say. How
You're
to.
too kind.
No, Lekha, I must say that I think I owe my journey, especially the professional journey in HR, to you. And I've learned a lot and still learning. Every day I'm learning new things. Thank you for this. And I want to share with everyone, before we log off, I want to share with all my listeners that I couldn't think of a better day than Lekha's birthday to start my podcast journey. A very happy birthday to you, Lekha. This is a
Thank
small
you.
tribute to the belief, courage, and voice you helped me discover. Thank you.
I'm honored, absolutely honored.
Thank
Ritu.
you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Lekha. Cheers.